And hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kian and a very warm welcome back to the Aviator Kian channel, where today in front of you can be seen with the lovely page of Simbrief. Not too, let's say, it's familiar, it's been on the channel before, and if you play flight sim yourself, you're probably going to use this. It's other software like PFPX and all that, but this is free and so much better. Today, in this video, we are doing Zakynthos to London Gatwick. That they've literally, I think it was like last week when I was recording it, they started up this summer route to Zakynthos, EasyJet did, from Gatwick, and it runs 2 times a week at the moment. So it runs on a Sunday and a Thursday. The flight that we're doing is the Thursday return, which is a U28748, which is EZY82JR Tango. Obviously, we're going to be departing from Zakynthos, like I said, with the code of Lima Golf Zulu Alpha, and arriving at Gatwick, which you all know is Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. We'll be diverted to Stansted if we have to. And we're in an A319 today. EasyJet used 12 on their cost index, so we're going to be in Golf Echo Zulu Delta Echo, which is what we have based down in Zakynthos. So we're going to be departing on 34 and arriving 08. If we have a look at actually, yeah, the winds are going into are easterly today, so that's why we're on an easterly runway. We'll take 0.4 tons of extra fuel. Should only be about a 4-minute taxi, and about 6 minute. Well, it shouldn't even be that. Be about like a 4-minute taxi in. This is going to be our departure. Hopefully we should really be making a right hand turn here. So if we go for the 1 Romeo maybe. Two Golf. We'll work it out, but either way we should really be making a right hand turn over the top of Kefalonia to join back here. Shouldn't really be going towards the Kefalonia VOR, but it doesn't really matter. We'll sort that out in the flight deck. Other than that, not really much else to do. We're going to generate the briefing package, and I'll see you all in the flight deck. So guys, welcome back on the ground at Zakynthos. As you can see, we're just getting catering sorted, although don't really know what they're doing. Like, look. But yeah, we're down on the ground at Zakynthos. Going to get our PDF formats and log on to the VATSIM network in just a second. Just need to go to the documents and open up our formats. So now we're going to go and get some stuff open. I also need to open the weather engine, as it appears I haven't done that yet. Professional YouTuber. Yeah, so if we click connect, we'll get everything all sorted. You can see it's loading in now. And it appears the weather's worse than expected down on the ground today at Zakynthos. And that was just me putting in the route information. Yeah, the weather's not particularly great down here. Just get these doors open for catering. Oh, I think it's thunderstorms on the ground because I did see a little bit of lightning over there. But yeah, gonna log on to that sim. EZY82JR is our call sign. Also need to open Project Fly. A319 we're in. And we do not know what our SALCAL code is. Not that it matters because we are not going across the Atlantic today, so it doesn't really matter. For our SALCAL code, it's just nice if you know it. It's better if you put it in. But we do not know it today. And it turns out the actual call sign is Juliet Romeo, not Juliet Tango. So that's my mistake. So we'll connect. And we'll load the flight plan that we imported from Simbrief. It's this one here. And we're going to click file for that. Also going to copy the route and dispatch Project Fly because we're going to need that today. Close this down. So this is perfectly fine. We're down, ready to essentially get going. Yeah, I've got some thunderstorms in the area, which is absolutely perfect. Let's just check the META. Variable 3 knots. Few at 80k thunder. Cool, that's fine. Could also get boarding sorted. We'll go and gonna get our information. So we're taking 144 passengers back to Gatwick. No cargo. Apparently. And we'll also take 9.9 tons of fuel. And we didn't mean to actually start doing that. Let's put that back in here. There we go. Can put all this in. Also request refueling then. So let's just check what the QNH 1004 is the QNH, so we'll just set this in here. So we're getting to the flight planning. So Lima Golf Zulu Alpha Zakynthos to Gatwick, which is Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. Now that's just giving us a whole load of shambles here, so we'll sort that out in a minute. We're going to be going to Stansted as an alternate. EZY82JR Romeo. Cost index 12, flight level 360, 9.9 tons of fuel.
Thank you.
Right, so before we even do anything, what on earth is going on here?
Morning.
Good morning.
Let's put in a different departure because that should not be happening. Oh.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll take this.
Hello.
Cool. That's how we're supposed to go anyway. So we'll take this. That's better. We won't put the seatbelt signs on yet because of the fact that we haven't refueled yet, and we need to refuel before we can even do any of that. What I'm going to do is get the checklists up because we're going to need them. They're here. Here we go. We've done all of that. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Cool.
Good morning. Thank you.
Let's just go through our route then. Perfect. That's what we want. So,
Good morning. Thank you.
there's no ATC on as of where we are.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
So we'll just cruise it all. We'll just go all the way up to 360.
Hi, morning. How are you?
I don't like why they're doing that, but they are. We'll have to. Here we go. Here's the fuel truck coming in now. That's perfectly fine.
How are you?
So we'll close the front door on the cargo. Let's just turn the weather radar. There's no one in front of us. There's yeah. Got a bumpy departure coming up.
Hi, morning.
I'm right, Nick.
I did the flight out to here a few days back. The weather was glorious. Doing the return, the weather's terrible, but the reason why it was already in turnaround state is keep it realistic. They would not put it in a colder, dark here. They would not leave planes here overnight, really. So I put it into turnaround state, and also that was the state I left it in, because I was going to fly back, but then I just didn't really want to. So yeah. Also at Zakynthos, they don't actually park like this anymore. They park normally forwards like this, and they've got more room for this as well. But with scenery and all that. Oh, I haven't actually clicked go, but okay. It was going. It was going for some reason.
Thank you.
It was pretty much already there, but yeah, they don't actually park like this anymore. I think it was the Germans that took over like the airport, and they redid it and all that. So they actually park like this. They've got pushback tugs and everything now. They just push you back onto, yeah, and they taxi off and go. But because of scenery and all that, this is how we're parked today. So what we'll do is go to the perf page and put flaps 1 up of, actually what is our centre of gravity? 26.
Good morning.
Hello.
25.
Hello.
I can assure you, you're not going all the way up there. We'll go 0.
Morning.
0.6, I would say.
Hello.
It has given us a flex, but with the weather we have today, we're going to get rid of that flex. We'll just go full toga.
Hello. Good morning. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you.
That's refueling, so we're to put the seatbelt signs on now.
Morning.
And we're basically just waiting on boarding to complete. It shouldn't be too long, hopefully. But yeah, we are getting ready to go now. The weather is appalling, thunderstorms and all that, so we do want to get out of here before they really do hit, which we will do.
Morning.
Good morning.
Let's put the fuel pumps on now. We can start the APU. Just wait for the flap open.
How are you? I'm doing good.
Morning. Morning. The EBODI cancel, please. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
So we're just basically waiting for them.
Hello.
Morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
But yeah, we've got lightning in the area, which means
Morning.
yeah,
The
we do really
EBODI
want to
cancel,
go
please.
soon.
Thank you.
Gotta go with Toga out of here because of the weather. We probably could get away with Flex, but because of the weather, yeah. Now GSX just said that was one of our passengers. I find that hard to believe. But oh, it's boarded now, so that's perfectly fine. Finished boarded, so we can put the APU bleed on. We can close this and this. Get rid of the external power as well. Get rid of all of this. So we're going to go through the before start checklist now. So the cockpit prep is completed, signs are on, ADIRSs are set to nav, fuel quantity is 9,900 kilograms, FMGSs are set, and altimeter set 1004, indicative 30 feet. And that's to the line, so what we'll do, we'll request for prepare for pushback and departure, but we won't, we'll just depart without pushback. So we'll just get that sorted. We won't be needing it. And yeah, so we'll go for below the line now. Windows and doors closed and locked. Beacon light on. Mobile phones are coming off and the park and brake are set. Before start checklists below the line complete. So what we'll do is go to the engine page now and start up. So we're going to start with engine number 1 because that's what EasyJet do. They start engine 1 before set engine 2. And watch the EGT rise and the N2. N2 is rising. So we're watching the ignition. That's rising quite quickly. Oil pressure is fine. PSI is perfectly fine. The outflow valve is sorted. Just waiting for that APU bus noise to go. Sorted. So we can start engine number 2 now. And actually what I do need to do quickly is just change my push to talk on VATSIM to something else. Now, since the last video, I've actually got rudder pedals and all that. So, yeah, I'm going to be using them today. And I've also got like a yoke and a throttle quadrant, but I'm obviously going to use joystick today, as we're in Airbus and they use side stick, which is basically a joystick. So that's fine. That's engine started, so we can put that back to normal and get the APU off now. Set flaps to 1 and put this to 0. Did I say 0.6 or 0.7? 0.6 up, we said. It's perfectly fine. So the after start checklist, anti-item not required, econ status is check pitch trim 0.3 up and rudder trim check 0 after start checklist complete. So we'll go through the flight controls now. Full up, full down, neutral for left, for right, neutral, rudder left, as far as I can get it, rudder right, neutral. And the reason why I couldn't get it all the way is because there was loads of wires in the way. So let's do rudder left check. Perfect, that's perfectly fine now. So we'll go with auto brake max and get rid of this, put the taxi light on, and we'll start taxi. We'll put the weather radar on once we're off the stand. I didn't actually start the block time, so let's start that now. We'll get taxi in. I'll also turn the sounds up for you guys. So yeah, bring it round to the right, all the way around. Maybe that's a little bit too loud. I'll turn it down a little bit. That's perfect, that. So we're taxiing down to runway 34, which is down there. Make the left-hand turn here. Gonna have to backtrack the runway. There could be a possibility with Toga that we can make it off of here, but it's not really worth the risk. And because as far as I'm aware, we're literally the only ones departing, no one coming in or anything. So we're literally just on Alpha, just literally roll on, taxi back. Put the strobe lights on as we're entering the active runway. Now we're taxiing towards the end. The cabin crew will be doing their safety briefing and all that. So we'll go for high-speed taxi down here. About 20 to 30 knots. Now what we'll do the before takeoff to the line. Flight controls, they are checked. Briefing is confirmed. Flat setting is config 1 plus F. FMA and takeoff data. So that's 128 magenta, 102 blue, climb nav, FD 102. V1 is, let's check the per page, 102, VR 120, V2 128, and it's Toga. So they're checked. Transponder is 2000 set, we can put that onto TARA now. Beacon member, takeoff no blue. And there's no EFB, so that's to the line complete. We'll go and put all the lights on, and then we'll do the below the line. Also get pack one off. So, below the line. Cabin, secure for takeoff, engine mode selector is not required. TCAS is TARAT to above, packs are off, and anti-ice not required before takeoff checklist complete. So we're just going to line it up on the runway here. Swing it all the way around. Make sure our weather radar is on. And I swung that way too much, so bring it back on. Then go and start the clock. Downward pressure, because A319 is nose light, as I said in the previous video. So we'll go 50%. Stable. Take off. That's Mantoga SRS. So speed alive and thrust set. Using rudder to keep it on the centre line. 100 knots as V1. Rotate. Positive climb is coming up now. Now it's a bit bumpy, but we'll go with it. Now we can go thrust climb. That's thrust climb, climb. Nav. Oh ho ho. Saw that there. Speed checked, flaps up. We'll also go to the overhead and get these lights off. Turn the packs on. Alright, go autopilot on now. And we haven't got an after takeoff checklist. That's pretty much us done until we arrive. Just on the climb out, and as we're going all the way up to 360, we'll just set standard pressure now. Literally cannot see a thing. Making a right hand turn now. Alright, let's go and check some of the flows. We haven't really got one, have we? So just leave it like that. On the climb out, we're passing flight level 70 now. can't even see Catalonia. There's a massive mountain, and that's a massive mountain. Can't even see that. Kefalonia is supposed to be about here, and we can't even see that, it's so hazy. Someone on Unicom. Yeah, we're on the departure route. So, yeah, we can't even see Kefalonia. Oh, it's come back. The haze is gone. This is a bug with FSX, but there's Kefalonia there. Right, we'll turn the seatbelt signs off now. Let them be free to move. But yeah, other than that, guys, there's not really much else to say, so I'll catch you when we are on approach into London Gatwick. And a very warm welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, 120 or less nautical miles until top of descent. So I thought I would bring you back and show you, go through the approach briefing and all that, the rest of the flight. And yeah, so we haven't put any arrival or anything, so we're going to actually go to something called Chartfox, which is a new thing that's just been released, which is integrated with VATSIM and all that, which is basically a database of all sorts of charts you can get your hands on, pretty much. So this features stuff like the NATS charts from Gatwick, from like the UK and all that, and like some of old Jefferson charts from across the world. So it's like a downgraded version of Navigraph essentially, but it's what we have to hand, so we're going to use it. So coming in at Gatwick, and so let's have a look at our we're coming in at KUNAV, which is and should be on the tin before Bravo arrival. So let's find that. Here we go. It's right here. So, once that pops up on screen, I'll just read it. Oh, that's not... Here we go, it's this one. So, it's from KUNAV on the Timber 4 Bravo to Timber. So we'll get that programmed in. We'll go here. ILS 8 right. Timber 4 Bravo. Well, there's 3 there, but yeah. Via Timber. That goes in nicely. So we'll go to the perf page now. We'll find on the chart, if we go to the approach chart, ILS 08 right. We'll find out that our minima is 357. Now we'll go to the META, so if we go to our weather engine and just type in Gatwick ICAO code, QNH is 1011. And we've got a temperature of 14 degrees. See, I said it weren't cold when I was out there earlier. So, yeah, 14 degrees and 260 at 4 knots. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet. And there we have it. That is going to be us on the approach. Now, we're going to have a higher the approach speed. We're going to set 135 for now. And it's going to be config full. Could expect auto brake to low. And we're going to have like barely any fuel when we get down on the ground. So fuel planning was a little bit naff on my behalf, but it will do. We'll make it down. I'm sure of that. If we go to the fuel tank section here, saying I need to put the crossfeed, so if I put that on, actually it doesn't matter, so I don't need it on. But yeah, that's pretty much us sorted, so I'll catch you when we're closer to Gatwick on our descent, hopefully. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, we're just crossing the English Channel now, descending into London Gatwick. Currently descending through flight level 240 or thereabouts to descend flight level 150 by Bexhill and then to 70 by Timber, which is what is stated on the charts. We've got 70 already programmed in, so I want to descend straight away down to there. Still got no ATC. We haven't had any ATC along the whole way. Also, just had to switch to runway 26 left. when we were programming in our arrival and all that, even though I read out that the winds were 260 degrees at 4 knots, although it's just gone to variable at 3 knots, so it's just been updated. But when we were putting in our approach stuff, it was 260 degrees at 4 knots. And I also didn't check flight radar, and on flight radar, they're also using 2.6s. So, going to be using them. Other than that, we're on our descent, just past KUNAV now, which is the start of our arrival on the Timber 4 Bravo arrival. And yeah, so what we can do is actually go through the approach checklist. So the minimum 356 feet set. Engine mode selector is not required, and we do not have an electronic flight bag on board. So approach checklist is completed. The next one would be the landing checklist, which we definitely don't need now. Just gonna find the aerodrome chart for Gatwick, because that's where we're gonna be using. Just gonna find out where the real world flight parked. So if I just if I do this, so this was the 4th of April that this flight happened to be on. Yep. This was also the flight my parents were on coming back. So they parked on that stand there. They parked on 109, so we're going to go on that. Providing we have no ATC, we'll go on 109. So if we actually go into our notes on Project Fly, we can actually put SAM 109 in to remind us. Stand. Cool. That's all sorted. So got like 55 or so track miles until we actually touch down. We are still losing fuel, but we're going to have plenty for when we land. We have plenty, so if we weren't to have to divert to Stansted, we can. But we won't need to do that. We shouldn't need to do that anyway. Just looking around in the area, we've got a Tomjet in front of us, but that's going to Birmingham. We've got a North Trans coming out of Gatwick to Oslo, and a Norwegian going into Gatwick. Other than that, I think we'll be the next arrival in. We've also got to watch out for a helicopter. Actually, no, that's just exited Biggin Hill, so we won't need to worry about that. But yeah, just coming up to 150 now. And we're going to carry on descending down to 70 now. Just going to inform the cabin that we have approximately, let's have a look. Cabin crew, we have 6 minutes to land in. 6 minutes, thank you. Informing them that we only have 6 minutes for landing now. Descending flight level 70. It's a shame we haven't got any ATC on, but it is a weekday. I have no school because I'm off for Easter, but there's plenty of other controllers that'll either be at work or could still be at school across the UK. Because the UK, it's like the north side of the UK and the southern side of the UK is a little bit weird. It's like it has a split. So my Easter starts a week before another Easter. So the second week of my Easter is the first week of the north side Easter, and then when I go back to school, they're in their second week. So, yeah, that's how it works. But yeah, that could be why. So they could still be at school, or at work, which is why we've got no ATC. But yeah, there's a guy that's just logged on to land. Oh no, he's just departed. He's going to Corfu. So there's another guy we need to watch out for, but he should not really have a factor to us, to be honest. Yeah, he shouldn't have any factors. So, sending it down. I might put the landing lights and all that on at 10k, but I know EasyJet don't do that. They put it on when they just established onto the localizer, just preparing for landing. Because really you don't need them on until then, so they tend to leave them off until about then, because it does generate a bit of drag, which isn't really much of a factor to us. We can easily do this perfectly fine. About to descend through flight level 100, just going to keep this descending to 4,000 feet. Gonna select the current QNH, which I cannot remember. Let's just get it. 1011. Let me just check if that's in here, and it is. Perfect. So we'll just keep it here. 30 track miles to go until Gatwick. Little bit laggy, but then again we've got a lot of cloud. It's very cloudy over the UK at the moment and very foggy over Gatwick. If I read the meta out, actually no significant change. You're at 8,000 feet. Actually, we might be alright going into Gatwick. It doesn't seem to be too bad on the meta, but yeah. Just gonna carry on our descent. We're possibly actually going to bring it down to 3,000 feet. Right. There's nothing really on the overhead that we need to sort with at the moment. We're going to get the lights on because I know I'm going to forget, so let's get these on now. Just about to descend into the mix of cloud here. Not too far from that. Here we go, we're going into it now. Oh, and now it goes away because thank you immersion, but that's FSX for you. Let's hope it loads back in just a second. 20 track miles to go now. Gonna get the landing system on. I'm actually going to vertical speed it now to keep on the localizer glide diamond, and now it's loaded back in. Gonna get my feet on the rudder pedals now, ready for the landing. I'll activate the approach phase around about this slight little D shape here. I'll activate it there. actually arm the spoilers now. Actually, no, we won't arm the spoilers because we might need that for drag to bring our speed back. Reduce this vertical speed quite a lot. We don't need to send nearly as quickly as we are. I'm actually going to activate the approach phase now. We're going to go with flaps 1, speed check, flaps 1. And you can see that's coming down now, quite nicely. Going to let speed decrease a little bit. Bring it down to 180 knots for now. We're going to arm the localizer. So about to make the turn onto final. Localizer is captured. Going to arm the approach thank you immersion once again. Going to actually put AP2 on as well, because with I'm hoping it will come back, but with the current weather we're going to need it just in case of auto land, which hopefully we won't have to do. Speed check flaps 2. Actually going to reduce to 160 knots now. There's a glide slope as well. Just coming in. There we go. So now established ILS 26 left. Currently 8.5 miles. Don't need to bring the gear down yet. Could bring it down at like 6.5 up.
2,500.
2,500 is enunciated. Descending. We're going to bring the gear down now. Flaps 3. And we're going to push speed in. Bring it back to our approach. Arm spoilers, and we'll go flaps full. Tell the cabin to sit down for landing. Cabin crew seats for landing. So, cabin secure for landing. Auto thrust speed go around altitude is set 4,500 or 3,500. I think it's 4,500, so we'll set that. And Eco member landing no blue. Landing checklist is complete. So we're going to get our hands on the throttle. We're going manual once we've got sight of the runway, which we do not have at the moment. Just going to announce on Unicom because someone said they're taxiing, so I don't really want them to depart as soon as I'm about to land, to be honest.
1,000.
1,000 feet stabilised, miss approach altitude set. Airfields in sight. I've got the runway as well. My aircraft. Gonna keep it on the localizer as much as possible, keeping it on that center line, keeping it in the diamond, looking down to the touchdown zone currently, making sure it's staying in the same position as we descend, and then once we've reached about 100 feet, we'll look towards the end of the runway, continue. And now we'll
100.
Look towards the end of the runway.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10,
Let it
5.
bleed off. Oh, flip.
10, 5.
Oh, we're going around, we're going around. That wasn't really good, was it? Gear up. Flaps 2. Get it out of here. That's one. Autopilot on. Keep it runway heading for now. Right, so we're going to make a left-hand turn out, as stated on the charts. We have a look. If we go to the 26 left, 178 degrees. That was my fault. Totally my fault. That I take full responsibility on that. And now we'll start bringing it round for the second approach. Keep it on it. More of an outbound here. That go around was totally my fault. I ballooned the nose I overflared it, so went around and going to try again for this approach. But that was totally my fault. Going to go onto an easterly heading, 090. And we're going to try again for the arrival. Going to pull the speed down, activate the approach phase. We're descending down to 3,000 feet again. Bring it on a heading of 070 degrees. I'll go flaps 1 as well, just to help with that speed there. Arm spoilers ready for the second attempt. Thank goodness we got enough fuel to actually get down. Can't go around again. And you could, we also lost enough speed that I probably could have got off. And also that was pretty dangerous go around because it went into alpha floor. So I should have just left it, but yeah, I just wasn't certain I was going to get it down, so.
2,500.
That was poor landing on my behalf, totally. I'll take full credit for that. And we're sending it down to 2,500 indicated just to help with the glide, so we can actually get onto that. Turn it onto heading of 040 degrees. Speed checked.
2,500. 2,500.
160 knots. You can see the glide slope coming back on itself. So going to establish again. It's perfectly fine. We're going again for the second attempt. Oh, guess who's just come on? Garrick directors, so let's go and contact them. Garrick director, hello, EZY82 Juliet Romeo, just re-established on the ILS 26 left after a go around.
EZY82 Juliet Romeo, Garrick, hello, report established on the final approach track for 26 left.
Report established on the ILS for 26 left, EZY82 Juliet Romeo. You know, EZY82 Romeo, Juliet Romeo, we're established ILS 26 left. There we go, get down, flaps 3, go for the landing checklist again. Cabin secure for landing. Autothrust speed go around is 4,500. And eco memo landing. No blue.
EZY82JR Romeo, clear to land 26 left, 290 degrees, 5 knots.
Clear to land 26 left, EZY82JR Romeo. That's a little bit of a shamble to the end, but we'll go with it. Also, put this on. So we'll go through it again. So basically we're going to keep the landing zone in the same position as we descend towards it. Make the flare at around about 10-20 feet. We made it a bit early, that's why we ballooned it a bit. We also looked to the end of the runway about
1,000.
50,000 feet. Stabilise missile approach altitude set. Got the airfield in sight, but we haven't got the runway yet. Got runway lights in sight. Can't afford another go around with the amount of fuel we got. Oh, we've probably got room for one more, but we don't really want to risk it.
400.
Bit to the right of the centre line, so back.
100 above. Minimum
Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Let it lead off. And ground spoilers, reverse green, decel. $70 knots, cancel reversed. I'm going to manual braking. Vacate to the right here. And we'll stop the clock. EZY82 Romeo vacated 26 left on to Juliet.
Contact ground 121.8.
121.8, EZY82 Romeo, thanks, bye bye. Go ground, hello, EZY82 Romeo on Juliet. If possible, could we get stand 109?
EZY82 Romeo, good afternoon, Gatwick ground. Yeah, no problem. Taxi stand 109 for Juliet. Left Quebec, right Kilo.
Juliet, Quebec, Kilo to stand 109, EZY82 Juliet Romeo, thanks. Cool, we got the stand we wanted. We'll go and pick it, show all positions. we go. Nope. EasyJet. So we're going to taxi it. Let's check how this is going to work. So it's Juliet, Quebec, Kilo. So it's second left, first right. Let's taxi it a little bit quicker. Is there an after landing checklist? I can't remember. It's not, it's just a parking checklist and that's silent. Well, on that second one, that was much better. Much better. Right in the touchdown zone. With a little kick of rudder to help with the crosswind deflection. I personally blame the fact that I'm using my left hand for that landing as well. Just no excuse. Although I am right-handed, so that might have something to do with it. I'm actually going to slow down a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't go this fast. So, it's not the first left, it's the second left. Make a left-hand turn here onto Quebec. There's our stand there. Make the right hand turn onto Kilo, stand 109. We're actually going to turn the taxi light off, make sure weather radar's off as well. Gonna start slowing it down to start turning onto stand. There's marshaller. Bob. That's his name now, Bob. All the way around to the left. Did overturn that a little bit. Perfect. So the APU bleeds on, so we had turn off the engines. Stop the clock. Beacon light off. And yeah. Let's request deboarding. There we go. Don't know what this guy's doing considering the back door's there, but okay. There's the bus. So, that was 3 hours and 12 minutes according to my yoke, 3 hours 11 minutes according to the Airbus of flight time, and 3 hours and 23 minutes on the block. So we can reset this. Actually complete the flight on Project Fly. And we'll open the front and the left door.
Thank you, good night.
Now, let's go through the secure checklist. It says it's done in silent, but because it's on... So, APU bleed is not required. The Y electric pumps, which is center ones, are off. Electric pumps. So where's the Y electric pumps? Yellow electric pumps, so that's it. That's got to go off as well, apparently, to turn them off. Engines are off, seatbelts are off, exterior external lights are nav, parking brakes, chocks are on. Actually, we can release the parking brakes if we haven't got the chocks in. Mobile phones on, and transponders 2000 radar. PWS is off, and that's the parking silence complete.
Bye.
Now, because we're going into cold and dark now, because this ain't going anywhere now, we'll just put that back on, turn everything off, put the packs back on, turn these off, turn this off, get this off, take it out. Perfect. So, what an enjoyable flight that was. Thank you very much, guys, for the for watching the video. It's greatly appreciated. Enjoyed this flight. The first landing rate when we floated it was -79. The second one was -160. That was perfectly fine though. But yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. Greatly appreciated. And for myself and everybody involved to make this video, we wish you a great onwards journey. Bye for now, guys. Adios.